Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to APT, the House of Commons. My name is Pascal Atuma, and to my right,
Ike Onoha, House of Commons.
LD Demola, House of Commons.
And Yosuji, House of Commons.
House of Commons.
Papi.
Adema. Diego.
Cheers.
What is Adema?
All is well.
You will find out soon.
okay.
You will find out
All is well. All is well.
Okay. Our topic today is very straightforward, very educational, very controversial, very entertaining, and it's what needs to be discussed. What is the difference between a prostitute and a stripper? We have male strippers, we have male prostitutes, we have female strippers, we have female prostitutes.
Wow, you know
What is the difference between a prostitute and a stripper? Because it's getting confused, we need to get it defined. So I'm going to start from my right. Babayo, what is the difference between a prostitute and a stripper?
Well, the difference to me between a prostitute and a stripper is that a stripper is someone that has some talent, that is talented to perform some certain skill, while a prostitute is someone that automatically charges money for sex.
What skill?
Hold on. You just say stripper is talent.
Yes, so
Okay,
Okay,
hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
No, I'm finished.
And a prostitute is what?
A prostitute is somebody that just asks straight up sex, money for sex.
But she doesn't have any talent? Okay,
Okay.
either way, the obvious difference between a prostitute and a stripper is, first and foremost, I don't even know how we're talking about this topic, but hey, it's awesome. But I also say, I didn't even think of male strippers when we had this topic. My mind was like, whoa! Women all the time. But when you said male strippers, I was like, whoa, I totally forgot about that. But obviously, a stripper is a dancer, a performer, and a prostitute is somebody who exchanges sexual intercourse for finances.
I don't think there's a difference. I think that it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a different setting. Depending where you are, strippers are home to. So it's not like strippers are just exclusive to just dancing. Now the ones that do dance is just one is having sex and one is not, but it's still the same hustle. It's still the same trying to get paper in some way.
Is it the same hustle though? Yeah.
I haven't defined
I don't look at any one.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Define yours, then we'll go into the details of what, you know.
Okay, for me, prostitute, stripper, they're all in the same business.
Which is?
They're all in the same business. Because show me a strip club, show me any stripper in that strip club, give me $1 million, and I'll So, a prostitute, show me the money, you get what you want. Right? So, if you look at it, all protocols observed in their field, they are the same.
So, okay, would you say though, it's kind of a generalization because...
Not generalization, I mean specifically they are the same.
They're the same?
So when you say generalization, right, that means you're telling me in some situations. But I'm telling you...
I don't think they're the same.
Okay, let me say why I say they are the same. What is the job of a stripper? You said a stripper is, you call it talent. You call it talent.
To excite and get you aroused, but they don't...
What do you mean talent?
They don't
talent? Any woman that gets naked in front of music is talent.
No.
If you call that
there are some women that will get naked in front of you and will not arouse you.
If they are not in shape.
Not only they are not in shape.
Look, I like thick chicks. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Or the type of chick that you like.
Thick doesn't mean you're not shape.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Okay, Babayo.
Let's not stray from the point.
Okay, let's not stray from the point, Babayo. Let me explain myself what I mean is this. We have levels of stripping. You know that, right? So
levels.
We have levels.
Please break it down.
Okay,
it's like you're very experienced in this.
I'm not. Cool down. Cool down.
It got too real too fast.
No, on a very serious note, right? Jokes apart. We have levels of stripping, just like we have levels of prostitution.
I've never heard it like this before. That's why I'm laughing. Okay, let's.
We have strippers in the hood rat clubs.
Okay.
Who you go. They get naked, you can touch everything, so all that, right? Okay. We have strippers in high-level clubs, which even you don't even get close, you look through a mirror.
It doesn't really change.
Is he hot or is just me?
Hold on. Then we have strippers, we have presidential strippers, government strippers, who go into, we have the big boys, how they go to those big boys and they do their thing. Then we have strippers, online strippers, where you don't see them, you just turn on and
That's
watch
the biggest hustle right now.
Okay.
When you did on ask the
So
question.
you see that's levels, right?
Yeah.
Then and so on and so forth. Then you come to prostitution. We have levels of prostitution.
Of course.
We have prostitutes who have a room, you go there, you pay.
But don't we have levels of everything though?
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's because we have to define these levels to so people can really understand where we're coming from.
Okay.
Then we have prostitutes who are on the phone. You call, they come, they service, they go home. Then we have people who don't know they are prostitutes, but they are.
Which is
Okay, that's the one I really want to understand.
Okay.
Break that down. Break that
Okay.
down.
Some people are prostitutes, but they don't know they're prostitutes.
Yeah.
remember the topic.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to break down.
Say,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, you say you're not a prostitute, or you don't know that you're a prostitute, but tonight, I'm going to define it today.
Okay.
Let you know you're a prostitute. If you go, why are you laughing?
I have to bring some water to that.
Okay. You okay, you don't want us to go there? This topic? Okay.
I'm learning a lot today.
If you come to a guy's house 10 times, and every time you pull up, the first thing you ask for is gas money. By the time you come to the guy's house 10 times, you have collected $25 in 10 times. 25 times 10.
250.
250. Right?
Wow.
Okay, that's what you collect from the guy. Or you a guy, you do the same. You go to a girl's house, every time you come, oh baby, let me have this. And the guy gives you $25. 10 times you come, you got $25. Multiply by 10 is $250. That's $250 you have collected for whatever service you were there doing in name of phone or boyfriend or whatever you call it. What is the difference between you and the guy going straight to somewhere and paying $125 and get whatever pop, right? Or $250.
Well, in the sense of prostitution,
that's
the service is clear.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
the
going
service
there
is
to-
clear, right? Now,
Yeah.
what is a prostitute? A prostitute is someone that gives sexual services in exchange for cash,
Yeah.
for money or whatever. Then you have come to me, my place 10 times. I'm giving you $25 times 10, $250. What is that in exchange for?
Did you get
Well,
service?
you get service.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm trying to say.
So,
There's sometimes yeah.
that's what we call
Yeah.
domestic prostitution.
I'm coming. Wow.
Because it is not defined.
Domestic.
Domestic.
Let me Wikipedia
Because
that.
it's not defined, right? Now, you're a young girl of 21 years old. I'm trying to define the 21-year-old. And yes, this man of 80 years old. All of a sudden, you say you're in love with her.
Okay, now, okay. Can I ask you a question?
I have a question first.
Let me ask a
question. Wait, I had a question first. Now, you define prostitution and then stripping. You put they're different, right?
I'm bringing them
what
side by side. So you say they're in the same.
The difference. So the difference is basically just the actual act of having sex is the actual difference.
Yeah.
No, it's not the actual act. It's not a difference because the strippers, if you pay the right money, the strippers will have sex.
So this is my next. This is my next point.
Okay, hold on.
This
A
is my next point.
stripper who you pay the right money to go home with you and have sex with you, or a stripper, because if you go to some strip clubs, they have rooms upstairs.
Okay.
You know that, right?
But let me
So
say
this
this.
is one more
A
thing.
stripper who you pay the right money and she goes upstairs and fuck you. What does that? What do you call that? Do you want to call it transformation?
It's not different. This is not different.
But
But
the word you meant by that FU is service you. Let's kind of keep it.
Does the setting make it this? So the setting. This is my thing. I think that morally, a lot of us are like, okay, prostitution is one thing, and then stripping is another thing, and then this is another thing. But the exchange of services is still the same.
No, it's not.
The exchange of
No, it's
services
not.
is still the same.
That's the most ignorant.
And how's it ignorant? And depending on the situation, depending on the situation, and depending on the setting, changes everything.
No.
Because wait a second. Because if a girl tells you, you know what, you pay me this amount of money, we meet at this place, let's go out, whatever, you spend your money. You spend your money, you spend your time, you did all whatever you have to do, and you drop that cash because it's an understanding of what's going on. What is that?
It does not make any sense. First and foremost.
Because of the setting and what you're used to prostitution looking like. That's why. There's no
The
difference.
foundation of this topic is already washed because everything has a price. Everything in life has a price. So you can't say if you pay a stripper the right amount of money, because everything in life has a price. If they paid you the right amount of money, you will move to Alaska. It just is what it is. Everything in life
Is it still holding?
Hold up.
Is it still holding?
You're not getting the point.
Hold on.
You're not getting the
Is it
point.
Hold on.
Is it holding?
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait. Wait.
Hold on.
The thing that you guys are missing, that you're putting parallel together and comparing, is the sexual aspect of it. But prostitution is a clear-cut answer. Sex, exchange for cash. You guys are saying stripping and prostitution is the same thing, but there's that, hold up, there's that, hold up. There is still that possibility of a stripper that will not do that. So you cannot just say it's the same thing.
Okay, what is the percentage?
It's not about percentage. Somebody can say Nigerians are idiots, but the fact that there are Nigerians that are not idiots makes that point invalid.
Okay, excuse me, let me ask another question, right? What does a stripper do?
A stripper dances.
Can I answer that?
Naked.
Okay.
Can I take that?
What is different between table dance?
Right. Can I explain that?
Yeah, explain that. Yeah.
Table dance again, like I'm telling you, it's a skill. Not every girl can
Exactly.
table dance.
It's not
true. And now you were talking about levels of strippers. There are levels of table dances and table dancers. There are people that are very good at arousing and sexually arousing you, right? With their dance. There are some people that cannot move like a snake. They don't have that sex appeal. It's a skill. It's a talent.
I'm not disagreeing. Is I keep calling this a skill and talent?
Let me just say one thing. I think this is the thing. I'm not disagreeing with either one of you. This is the one thing I will have to say though. The reason why I think, and maybe Pascal's saying this, is because I think a lot of people look down on prostitution versus other things when they're not really that different at all.
I look down at prostitution and I look down at stripping.
Hey, gang, hold on.
I agree.
You just said let's not talk over to the wind. First and foremost.
No, before I forget this, the way this guy talk. He said you look down at
Prostitution,
but you
not
look
at
down at
stripping.
stripping.
Correct.
Okay,
That's my point.
okay, let me say something first and foremost. If we really wanted to get down to the basics of it.
Let's get down to basics.
Okay, if I said a stripper is a marriage counselor, I have a point. If I said a stripper is a marriage counselor of some sort, I have a point.
I don't know.
If I said a stripper saves a woman's relationship and she doesn't know it, I might have a point.
Elaborate.
I agree with you because prostitution is going all the way in. There is no question.
Right.
I pay you this amount of money, you service me, I go. A gentleman can really go to a strip club or a table dance with his boys, just like women go to these things with their girls. They get that part of their relationships they don't get at home and go home, right? So it could save a relationship if we really want to call it what it is. A stripper, and when he says skills, now I'm not going to talk like I'm a professional at going to strip clubs, but I have friends who do strip, female friends. They are athletic. It is a skill.
Yeah,
let's just call it what it is.
I'm not going to take that one away. I won't take that one away.
It just is what it is. It is a skill.
Do you want
it is a talent.
to define stripping and prostitution in African terms?
It's all negative in our terms.
But you want me to define it?
Is African terms different from American terms?
Yes.
So which one do you believe, or which one do you
all of the above.
Okay.
All of the above. Like if in African terms, I would define a stripper as a show. I would define a prostitute as a show. Both of them are show.
Okay,
a loose girl is an show.
It's wrong.
No, hold up.
In African terms, it's wrong.
Guys,
No. Let's put things. Look, compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges.
Exactly.
Don't mix it up, because a lot of in our
That's our topic.
Yes, in our dialect, in Nigerian terms, a lot of things are generalized, words.
Tell me about it.
Ashawo, if somebody is flirtation, they say ashawo. But does it mean that you're a prostitute? No. So look, in the context of this conversation, a stripper
is a dancer.
Somebody can be a stripper and pay their way through college.
Exactly.
Okay. Most times, that's what most girls even do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't, look, I'm not an expert in strip clubs or anything. I can't say that every stripper that I've offered, I've not even offered anybody money before in the club. But I'm just saying that
I have.
I'm not saying that every, I cannot generally say what you said, that if you have $1 million that any stripper will sleep with you.
No.
I don't think so. I don't believe so.
Okay, hold up. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me open this kind of worms. We live in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
My girlfriend is a hairdresser, and she has a client, right? Her client is a female pimp. Real. This is in Los Angeles, California. Now let me tell you this. This is something interesting I learned.
I'm a damn.
Let me tell you this. She said her employees, 80% of her employees, are professional college graduate teachers. Teachers. The people she employs to go out and work are professional teachers. So if this kind of says, and this is not dancers. This is pure out prostitution. Now, you're saying Ashawo, I get it. And of course, none of us want to see our daughters do anything of this sort. But the truth of the matter is, the negative connotation between a prostitute and a stripper, that clearly separates the two. Because a prostitute, again, is clear what she's doing.
But the connotation doesn't change the fact that what it is.
My brother, I mentioned something. There are gentlemen watching this thing. There are gentlemen watching this thing. There are women watching this thing. If I told my wife I went to a strip club, she go vex you, but it's 55%. If I told my wife I slept with the prostitutes, we're not talking about 55%.
But whether she's 100%.
But
how she takes it doesn't change what's happening.
It's a lie. It's a lie. An Afro woman will understand what's going on. Yeah.
What's the motive behind stripping and prostitution? What's the motive?
The motive around stripping is that is the easiest way for a girl to get money without going all the way as a prostitute.
What's the motive behind prostitution?
Getting money by having sex.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I made my statement. I don't know how many strippers in Los Angeles, California, that you offer $1 million to have sex with that will not do.
None of us know. But the fact that it's not that clear cut, we cannot say it's the same thing.
And Baba, you kind of making it so irresistible though, because honestly, if you give me $1 million, you can do anything you want.
Be careful! Hey, hold on.
Hey, look, did you?
There are guys that are watching this thing now, like bald guys.
Did you guys see 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes.
If you give me $1 million, you can do anything.
They can flood you.
You can do anything.
This is between you and I.
Yeah.
I'm not for sale.
For $1 million?
No.
My friend got sit down.
But yo, $1 million to buy my soul?
Don't know what $1 million is.
To buy my soul.
Wait, no, hold up though. You say buy your soul in the sense of, sorry, we're in Lagos right now, so there's a flight.
What is this? Not
Lagos now, we're in Lagos.
Okay, hold on. Americans say, it's only in Nigeria you see flights in your house. Are we not? We are actually, we are.
It don't matter. It's a prostitute flight.
It's a prostitute flight on the show. Now, on a very serious note, I don't think it does exist that you can give a stripper $1 million and she won't give up sex. At that point, when she does it, she becomes a prostitute.
But let me ask you this though. Okay, hold on. Let me say this. And it seems like I'm defending strippers so much, but that's not the case.
Yeah,
if you give most women $1 million, the initial idea will pop up. Even if they don't go all the way. If you give anybody $1 million, they will question, is it worth doing this? So you can't really say
Can
you can't just tag strippers and take that offer.
I think what I keep going back to is that exchange of services that we keep talking about.
Okay.
If I take a girl out and say, look, I'm about to take you, we're about to go to Bahamas, I'm paying for every damn thing. She may not like you at all.
Okay. So that makes her a prostitute?
It doesn't make her it doesn't make her a prostitute, but why is this the way we look at things? What is so different from what she's doing?
Now that's a different topic.
Okay, that's a
different topic. What's the difference between a gold digger and a prostitute? That's a different topic.
But she is going to give up the drug. It's a given.
You're using grammar to separate all of
Yes,
them.
right.
That's why I define it as prostitution.
No.
When I said, if you're a young man at 21, that's an old man at 80 years old, all of a sudden, you say that's your sweetheart. Then, or you're young female, 22 years old, and all of a sudden a 76-year-old man is your sweetheart. Have you ever seen a poor old woman or a poor old man with a very...
Okay, now let me ask you this question.
No, hold on.
Of course not.
But you understand what I'm asking?
Of course not.
But have you ever seen that?
Of course.
Is that not...
But again, let me ask you this. How many women are in marriages with doctors that are boring as hell, that they do not love, but because they know that security of being a doctor...
Wow.
How many?
Okay, you want me to define that level?
Again,
okay, hold on. You want me to define that level of prostitution?
Go.
That's domestic prostitution.
It's exchange of services.
What's up with you? Yeah, let's go.
Do you guys think we should take a break and kill this fly?
No, because let's keep going. The fly is enjoying himself.
Wow. This fly
is
bothering me.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill.
Alright, excuse
no, but okay, so just to, again, if we went back to the basics, the foundation, strip, the word strip basically means strip of your garments.
Yes.
Exactly. You're a tease. So even if there's 1% of strippers that will not prostitute, that just makes it clearly different.
Bruh,
Period.
Okay. Let me. Wait.
If you're gonna make a statement,
Let's stop playing around.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. Let's stop playing around. Let's stop playing around.
Let's not talk over each other.
Okay. Let's stop playing around.
Okay.
Go.
I've been to a couple of strip clubs. I used to live across the street from a strip club, and I lived in the South.
Okay.
You go to a strip club. I've gone to a strip club. Is no longer tease. You go to, it's not really tease. It's here it goes. Take a gander. You can even touch it sometimes if you want to.
Okay.
You don't even need to go to the back room. I'm sorry, bro.
Ghetto. Okay. It's okay.
There's only
Okay, can I say something else?
Let me make this point.
because
Sorry.
this is why I'm trying to say. Why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because if we start to go into details like, okay, it's just a tease or it's just this and that, bruh. It's all to me. It's all the same thing.
Can I say something real quick?
Why are we trying to make it?
Hey, cool down, real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you know that what you just said now, you define levels of prostitution, levels of everything. Okay? There are prostitutes that also strip, and those are the ones that go all the way. So when you mix the two things,
Exactly.
you now think that those are strippers that are trying. That
Now
are
let me ask you this.
There are prostitutes that start out as strippers, or that that's what. They said they are, they start out
The problem is that
but they are really prostitutes. So don't mix those two together.
Okay, we're gonna take one more. I'm gonna take one more from you, and then we'll conclude.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
now let me say this. This is one thing that we have not brought up. I know we mentioned the male strippers. I think one topic that we should have is, can you respect a male stripper? As a gentleman, do you have respect for a male stripper or a male prostitute? That should be a whole other topic because
Why are you talking about respect and it has to be male? Why can't you talk about can you respect a female stripper?
It's the same thing. I've defended strippers and said they're not prostitutes.
Okay, so
But here's my thing. But since we're a league of gentlemen, we know how we see masculine males who submit to. That's a topic that we should.
Can I raise my hand?
Yes. Can you respect a male stripper?
I don't have any respect for a male stripper.
Okay, we should have that topic.
Neither do I have a respect for a female stripper.
Okay, we should have the
A
topic.
stripper. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay.
A stripper, a prostitute, a shower.
Okay,
respect
cool.
for a shower.
All good. Now let me ask you this question. Let me make a statement. Because we've been talking about this, blah, 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 blah. There's something that's going on right now with the internet.
Is
Right?
this your conclusion?
No. This is a level of prostitution that you're talking about, a level of stripping.
Yes.
That you're talking about. I don't think in the history of doing nothing have women made this much money. Now, taking a picture, right, on Instagram.
Save it to us.
No, I know. Taking a picture, there are women who are making money right now, up to like $200,000 a year.
Oh yeah.
Making money, just taking pictures of themselves online.
Really?
I promise you.
How do they make that money?
Because here's one way.
Save it.
Okay, you can pay to watch them nude, right? You can
On Instagram.
On Instagram, they will put.
But they're not making the money off of Instagram.
They're making the money off
They'll
Instagram
send it to
too.
another site.
They will send it to another site. They're also making
That's
money
like
off
a promo.
Instagram.
That's like a promo.
Because if they have 87,000 followers
Alright.
and they hold a cup that is sponsored by something, they're getting paid by Instagram, off Instagram.
Okay.
Another thing that is going on is they have things called Amazon wishlist, where they literally tell people, this is what I wish for on Amazon. And it's getting paid
for them.
like nothing.
And what do you get from giving them that?
Nothing. You just get to see them. Same thing. Same reason why a guy would go and spend money at a strip club. The same exact thing. But it's happening at such a rapid pace. It's ridiculous.
It's big business right now.
Big business. So that's a whole nother level of stripping.
Yeah.
Are they prostitutes?
Okay.
Are they prostitutes?
I shower, yes.
I show it is.
Yes. Okay, let's conclude.
Conclusion.
Okay, who wants to start?
Okay.
You want to go
Okay,
first?
let's conclude.
Let's go for
In my conclusion,
the difference.
between prostitute and strippers, there are clear differences. Okay. Again, a stripper has some talent, has skills, and those skills have been, with time, they get very good at it. If somebody can make me happy, make me wanna go home and sleep with my wife or girlfriend or whatever it is, without actually doing it for me, I mean, she set me up. I think it's a skill, it's a talent. I don't encourage or endorse that, but hey, if that's your way, it's better than being out there stealing or doing some fraudulent activities.
Really?
Nice.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm the moderator.
I mean, from my perspective, again, as I mentioned, none of us would want to see our daughters do this. So, stripping our prostitution, I would not want to see my daughters sell any part of our body for finances. We'll make that clear.
Me too.
But I do believe there's a clear difference between a prostitute and a stripper, because if you want to call it what it is, girls walk around in Daisy Dukes today, they might as well be strippers. We can see everything these days, so it just is what it is. I do think prostitution is where I don't even think prostitutes want to be themselves. That's a space in your life that you most likely don't want to be at, because you're giving up something I believe is very valuable for finances. It's a very different thing. And as you mentioned, there are girls who pay their way through college stripping, because the truth of the matter is, it is good money for those who strip. Would I do it? Would I have any of my kids do it? No, but I believe that there's a clear difference between strippers and prostitutes.
I think the problem with this is, first of all, I don't disagree with what you and Ike have to say, but there's definitely a clear-cut difference between the two. My problem is that because of the setting, because of the connotation of prostitution, we don't want to attach prostitution to anything else that looks like it, because it's like that's its own thing, because they are having sex for money and they're actually doing it for real. And I hear that. My only issue is that line of the sell, of what we're selling, of how we're selling. You were talking about how people who are doing prostitution, that they don't want to do it.
I didn't say that.
Or that if they, basically you're saying that.
I'm basically saying, I'm pretty sure that's not the first thing somebody wants.
That's not their first choice.
Exactly.
So, whether it's their first choice or not, that's not even the point. If you're an escort, because we didn't really get into that, because that's like its own thing too. It's still the same thing as prostitution and other things, but it's its own thing. Some women, you meet them up, oh, I just want you just to talk. You know, I just want to talk to you. I just want to you know.
And they're the same?
I'm not saying that, but
an escort? Can an escort be looked, since you agree that an escort is not a prostitute?
But that is your view. That is your view.
Do you think an escort is a prostitute?
Yes.
Really? Somebody who goes with you on a date is a prostitute?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do have sex.
If they don't, are they a prostitute?
Well,
hold up. Hold up. Finish your statement. Hold on. Let me finish.
They're escorting you.
Okay.
That's what they take. They're escorting you.
Okay.
Then, if you want to do that,
okay.
You go
The
pay.
if is there. So if they did not do anything and they escorted you to an event as your partner, are they a prostitute?
No.
Okay.
You're caught up. You're caught up in prostitution. You're caught up in the prostitution and the connotation.
Okay.
Wow, see that
Let me my own conclusion.
useless.
Let me go my
This guy's stuck on prostitution. I don't know why.
my own conclusion.
Gosh.
Let me go. A medical doctor that works in a hospital, a nurse that works in a hospital, everybody that works in a hospital, right? Especially professionals who are trained like you. What is that your position?
I'm about to finish you right now.
Hold on.
I know where you're going.
Hold on.
I know where you're going. It's a bad place.
When you want to define what industry they were, you said they are in the health care.
Okay. And you tell me it's the prostitution field?
Hold on. Right? You said that they are in the health field. When you were talking about the doctor, I said, they all work in the health field. Now, a stripper, a prostitute, an escort, whatever, the internet person, whatever you call
They're
it.
in what?
They are all in the sex.
No.
Okay, but they're not prostitutes.
Hold on.
Let the prostitution go out.
I am in entertainment business.
Nah, leave.
So
You're telling me you want to
can I finish?
but
It's
it's
my-
not
Hold
ignorant.
on, it's my time to speak, right? It's my time to speak, right?
Okay.
So my conclusion is that the stripper, the prostitute, the escort service guy or girl, they're all in the same industry.
Which is what?
The sex industry.
Okay, so why are you able to separate a prostitute, an escort, and a stripper in your statement, and then tell me that they're in a different? If they're
What is your
different-
hang-up with the sex part?
Because hold on, let me tell you
Again.
something.
Your hang-up is with the sex part.
No, that's what prostitution is. Sex.
In my language, in my language, Ashawo defines all of them.
In your language.
In my language.
How many things? Your Bible don't have a word for yellow. They call it sun.
Okay,
So
hold on,
your language,
hold on.
please.
If there was any difference in my language of three of them, that anything I could use to define them, I will separate it. But since that's not, all of them are Ashawo.
Listen, man. Don't mind these guys. You can find them in your local strip.